to share with you all, you may not be in a positive environment. But how many of y'all know if you fell in the mud, that doesn't mean you have to open up your mouth and swallow it, right? Raise your hand if you're listening. If you fall in the mud, that doesn't mean you have to open up your mouth and swallow it. So I don't know where you're at. I don't know your business, and I'm not here to get in your business. But I want to encourage you. You can become another cookie cutter artist that talks about nothing. Or you can really, when you're going through hard times, work it through. And sometimes, because I write what comes to me, I really don't sit down and ever write something just to force myself. Poetry just comes to me. How many of you ever have a poem or songs or raps that just come to you?
Or writing.
Right. It can be creative writing. It may be a song. It may be, maybe some of y'all draw and you get a mental picture of this piece of art to draw or sketch or paint. Okay? But contrary to what some people may say, I don't speak every little thing that comes to my mind. How many of you know bad thoughts, negative things come to your mind sometimes? Somebody, and when you're driving, you will relate. Somebody cut you off or poking, going slow, and you have somewhere you need to go. Stop. And you may want to say a few things. Stop. You may want to throw a few gestures. But I want to encourage you all that are artistic. Don't just follow what some people say. Oh, I write, or I say whatever comes to me. I know some of y'all are around people right now.
But then don't give it to me.
Well, he just had to know my mind. And I speak my mind. I'm always keeping it real. It's the difference between keeping it real and being truthful and saying every little thing that comes to your mind. Maturity is learning to filter out what's unnecessary. I was sharing with the young man earlier today. If negative things come to your mind, it don't mean you have to speak that. So I want to encourage you all, as artists, to write things that are progressive. You may have stolen your life. Well, I'm going to say it even though you're young, because you may have been put in jail before. But if you write a song that's all about, yo, I'm still trying to make it the baddest because you did these bad things, but you aren't talking about, look, I did these bad things, but I don't want for you to end up here. Raise your hand if you follow. It's a difference between telling your story and promoting it. Okay? So you all be encouraged as you move forward. You may become a rap artist. But you know what? Everybody doesn't need to rap. How many of y'all will listen to the lyrics of that poetic choir? What was number one saying?
Starve the jail.
Let's starve the jail. Who knows what the second one was saying?
Make the boardrooms obese.
Make the boardrooms obese.
Hold on. I want the first line of that was saying, let's starve the jails. Like she said, it's okay.
Let's starve the jail.
Make the boardrooms obese.
Make the boardrooms
What does that
obese.
mean?
What does starve the jail mean?
Let's starve the jail.
No. I didn't say starve the people in jail. I said jail is an entity in itself. But starve the jail.
Oh, like nobody ain't.
Hold on. Let's raise your hand so I can hear what you're saying.
Raise your hand.
Like you keep more people out of jail. Like,
Thank you.
Ain't nobody
Right.
If it's hungry,
Okay? What I said was, let's starve the jails. Remember, the second one was,
make the boardrooms obese.
make the boardrooms obese. Now, when I wrote this, I didn't mean someone else's boardroom. I mean your boardroom. I mean, you go and start your own company and you have your own boardroom. That's what I meant by that when I wrote it. But if nothing else, at least get in a quality position. Okay? What was number 3? Put dump truck to lease. Now, does anyone know what I meant by that?
One more chance.
lease. That's the key part in that phrase.
Oh, no, that's
Yeah, and y'all still may be learning, but okay, you can, huh?
keep track of your life.
No. Well, that's a good thing though. Keep trash out your life. But what I meant by that was, don't just lease things, own them. Okay? Don't just lease a house, own it. That's what I meant by that. Don't just lease your car, own it. That's what I meant by that. Okay? And what was number 4?
As we drive to own.
What does that mean?
Like, we drive in the home.
Work as we own it.
We work hard to own.
Right. Own your own company. Now let me say this real quick, and don't worry, I'm not going to be up here long. This little, you all may have thought that it was a game, this little candy store, or starting your own little business. You may have thought that was a game, but do you all realize that you can do that in real life? You could start selling chips
That's why I make y'all do
on the
it.
block, or I'm not saying stand on the corner, but you could sell chips. Maybe some of you all are savvy in creating websites or these sorts of things. You know people pay to have their websites made?
Are y'all listening?
Yes, we are.
Quiet down and listen.
Follow that? You know people pay for these things? Sit, just look around. What are some of the things you pay for other than going out to eat?
My mom's stuff, some earrings, home,
Candy.
bills,
Mowing the lawn, cleaning the windows. And you may think, oh, this is a silly thing, but you go to a company, maybe they will pay you $5 to clean your windows.
you gotta admit it.
If you clean 5 people's windows in a day, how much is that? $25. And if you made $25 a day for 5 days in a week, how much would that be?
Go to buy.
That's $125 that you do not have.
I made one.
And you're not having to worry about somebody coming to shank you because you gave them a kilo too little.
I don't like working around here. You don't pay me. I know.
So start your own company. You start your own company, then you're in control of how much you charge.
I clean up at home. They don't pay me.
Well, that's
my mom bought
home.
my food.
That's home, okay? But raise your hand if you're listening. Hopefully you glean something from this, because a lot of people are never taught to own anything. And they go years of their life paying way more for something they could have owned way before. So please give Miss Belinda and her mom a hand, because they love you all a lot.
She about to cry.
Well, thank you all for letting
No.
me share. If you have any questions,
I'm about to.
feel free.